So this was one of the nicer camping nights I've had since I've been out here for a couple of weeks, because we are just absolutely alone back here, super quiet, super peaceful. It was nice being on the AZT just because it's easier hiking. You know, you just kind of roll along, water sources are easier, things like that. But this at least bodes well. So far, the get specific sections have been my favorite, and the AZT sections are just kind of like, oh yeah, get miles. I do have a couple of more days on the kind of combined AZT Grand Enchantment Trail. Once I leave Kearney, after somebody has to go back to work, assuming she ever wakes up, then I'll continue south a couple of days and then head over towards Mammoth. Oh, look who finally is awake.
Good morning.
Good morning. Guess what time it is? Rhymes with coffee time. I am really looking forward to that. There is a little bit of stress because there's a permit I have to get, and it's an interesting permit because instead of like the Sierra and a lot of places do where it is X number of people enter a given trailhead a day, the Avarpayo, however you pronounce it, wilderness allows 50 people total to be in there. So I'm going to play around with my schedule and hopefully be able to go through that section. Otherwise, alternates to alternates. So morning 6 here on the Grand Enchantment Trail. And we are backtracking down to this creek because this section to get back to the AZT through the Walnut Canyon Narrows is cross country, at least per the description. Looks like the old Arizona Trail used to actually go on roads through here. However, private property, some mining claim changed that. And at least so far, when this trail has diverted, I've enjoyed it a lot more. So, and Taters is very much looking forward to this.
Yeah. Anything that says narrows is usually really pretty, so I'm excited.
This is kind of shades of that first part of the Condor Trail.
Just savor the ambiance, as the guide says.
Oh, I love going up canyons or down canyons. I want to do all these trails, and I don't know, you don't know how long, look what happened with that. So we're not the only people here. And here we see Taters trying to decide, can we survive the entire night? And a family of 5. First people we've seen in days. And we ended up filling up water. That family was out there as a mother, father, and 3 relatively young kids. They said they were doing this section because it was shorter than the AZT and they were trying to save some time. So we've just been debating whether that's going to actually be the case here. And after a really awesome section, we are now back on the AZT. Ah, yep, see the post? I put Taters on flower capturing duty because she is a lot better at appreciating that sort of thing. So one interesting thing through here is we have notes on the Grand Enchantment guide saying that the Gila, it's not recommended to drink out of it. And we found a few mentions here and there about that. But if you just go on the far out comments near the access points like the wash back there, there's no mention of, hey, maybe you don't want to drink this. Non-potability is due to agricultural runoff and mining waste. So I haven't looked at it out here because we just planned water carry through here. But on Florida, ag runoff generally means pesticides. So there are Sawyer filters, the S1, S2, S3, that are actually intended for handling that. I think the Grail also has a version that'll handle that. However, all of us hikers out here are just doing, standard Sawyers, standard B-freeze, standard quick draws, and that basically just gets the protozoa out of there. Doesn't handle viruses, does not handle chemicals. And proving once again that basically I need to be on less populated trails. We came around the corner after spending way too long talking to that family this morning and ran into a friend of ours from out east and just spent way too much time talking. Like, why is there a duck on my... Oh!
So at first I saw this part and I thought it was a tree, but actually a fallen giant saguaro. The size of these is even more amazing when you see them at your level, falling over. And we've been talking about how interesting it is, the skeleton of these, because the outside is usually all soft and squishy, but then it gets hard, and when you see the inside that's hardened, it's all woody.
Gets woody. So yesterday at one point we saw a side that had been ripped open on these, and these almost look like, you know, ribs. So we are along the Gila here. We've heard it off and on, but you can't see it. It's down in all the tamarisk or whatever that is.
Yeah, too bad they didn't route the trail down closer to it.
So that's a saguaro. That is an exploded one. Taters has just been over the moon due to all the flowers. And even better, we have a shady spot for ramen. And we are currently having to relocate because the horrendous sun is encroaching. Run, Blondie! And here we have Jen, super motivated to just get up and go up the next hill. The sun's kind of encroached on us, but we've hung out because I keep running into people that were around me when I jumped off at Oracle to get on this. And Taters made me start hiking again. And there we can finally see the Gila, that muddy brown thing. It got surprisingly warm and we were going through our water a bit too fast. So we decided to wait out the heat in the shade, and we're just getting going around 4:30 now. Our plans kind of changed to go all the way out to the spigot just because, like I said, burn through a little more water trying to hike during the heat. And the second rattlesnake in like 20 minutes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and we had 1 or 2 bars of reception. We were able to contact a local trail angel who has said that he will give us a ride back to Jen's car tomorrow morning. So we're all set, other than we don't have enough water to survive the night. Well, technically we have enough water to survive the night, but we don't have enough water to have coffee in the morning, and if you ask me, those two things are the same thing. So we are continuing to walk. And they told me there was no water back here. People give up way too easy.
So per gut hook and pretty much everyone we've talked to, there's no water from here to the spigot at the highway. But Matt turned up a seemingly dry wash. I followed him and he led us right to some beautiful, clear flowing water. All his experience has given him water senses, in addition to camping senses. So we are quite happy now, because now we have enough water to camp wherever we want, have dinner, have coffee in the morning.
And we don't have to go to a damn road.
Yep, not till 9 a.m. tomorrow.
So this is that dry wash we came up. I saw a little bit of wet sand and just had a hunch that there would maybe be water up here. So this is pretty much our favorite time of the day to hike, which is a good thing because it looks like the heat wave is a-coming. So I may end up doing more midday breaks, assuming I can find shade. So we patched up a really big wash just because we were enjoying the time of night. So now we're hoping we can find a campsite that's not occupied. You never know out here. And we found a campsite, train adjacent.
Had an interesting day Highlights were the pretty canyon in the morning, talking to some interesting people, and lots and lots and lots of flowers. I am a bit sad because it's probably my last night out in the Arizona backcountry for a good long while, but we're gonna make the most of it. We have a really nice romantic site by the river and the bridge with a gorgeous sunset. And the train track, we'll see if that turns out to be disruptive or not. But regardless, oh, and it's nice and warm for once. Nice and warm night by the river. Home sweet home for the night.